welcome everybody to the Master Heart family. And it's also great seeing your beautiful divine selves here. You're going to love our time. Every Monday we get together, but not next week. Next week is Memorial Day, so we'll have that off, and you can review maybe one of these recordings. We record it every week, and it's really where we as a spiritual family come together, and we come just with open hearts and to share, to help each other, to share the good news and the miracles that are happening in our life. And it's just really a way to get away from it all, if you will, and really just be with similar-minded people that want to love and support each other. And so welcome everybody. And who has some good news to share? Who has some miracles to share with us? What's going on?
I have a cool story.
Okay, cool. Hey.
Friday, I was talking to Dr. Hank, and I asked him, what can I do to create this miraculous recovery for my son's hamstring pull? He's playing lacrosse, and his team is in the postseason now, and so he pulled it in the last game of the season. So the first game of the playoffs, he had to sit out, and they barely won the game. And I know that was killing him, having to sit there and watch and go through all that. And after the game, he thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to go in the next one, which is the semifinals. And so Dr. Hank and I were talking, we were talking about a lot of different things. But we wanted to take a look at, see what are the positives that can come out of an injury, look at the contrast, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things Dr. Hank talked about on Monday was, he brought up Michael Jordan. And so when we looked at his reference, we probably spent 20 to 30 minutes talking on Friday about Michael Jordan and how he looked at obstacles, and he would look at them as adding logs to the fire. And if anyone knows about Jordan, he was extremely competitive, and he just kept trying to find what's going to really light his fire. And whenever anything challenged him, he just looked at it as that's just another log on the fire. So we talked about it, and I could kind of have this conversation with my son and go through it and show him the video of his Hall of Fame speech and all of that. Well, on Saturday morning, I was cleaning out my closet and moving the winter stuff out, the summer stuff in, throwing away a bunch of stuff that, it's time to get rid of. And lo and behold, I come across a poster that was way up high on the top shelf, still rolled up. And I unrolled it, and it was a poster that we had bought for my son probably 5-6 years ago. I don't know exactly when. We ended up not giving it to him. I think we were going to do it. It was just going to be like a stocking stuffer or something. But I'm looking at it. It is a poster of Michael Jordan quotes. And I thought, this is unbelievable, because we are talking about Michael Jordan and using Michael Jordan as your motivation. And I mean, how divine was that? It wasn't just any poster that we bought 5-6 years ago. And perhaps there was a reason why we didn't give it to him. And I found it the day after we were talking about it and using that as motivation for him. So it was, it was really kind of moving and really special to get to experience something like that. So I thought that was the divine working in miraculous ways and just right there for me to see.
You bet. In fact, this is it. This is the poster.
You printed it?
That Mike found and sent me a picture on it. And, we're going to talk today about throwing these pieces of wood on our fire and what is our fire. And the fire is our desire. And God actually puts these logs of what I call contrast, things that we don't like, in our path, on our path, so we can build a fire for a better future for us. And Mike, do you recall in our conversation on what things we talked about, what good could come out of your son being hurt on the last game and not being able to play in the playoffs? And so, and the key here is it's for all of us to recognize when we think things are bad, God has a better plan for us. And it's actually, there's blessings in all of it. And you recall what maybe a couple of those blessings might be on why would that be a blessing for your son?
The first one was he's going to develop and become a lot stronger from this, physically stronger. He's got to go through some rehabbing of his leg and strengthen his leg, and it's just going to make him a better player. Needs to. He's scrawny in a sense. I mean, he's only a sophomore on the varsity team, so he's probably one of the smallest guys out there. And but this will give him the drive to get stronger physically, and that's just going to improve his game and everything else.
Yeah. And the other thing you talked about is on how this is going to actually build his confidence, and that most people don't have very much confidence. We as kids have been told, the children should be seen and not heard. So we just kind of were used to not saying anything. And we were never, when we grew up, if you will, we were never told the opposite of that. We were told, in fact, don't talk to strangers. And so your son actually at halftime during the first playoff, that the coach came up to your son and said, God, are you sure you can't play? We really need you. And hear this, as you call them, kind of smaller, scrawny, whatever kid, that it's building this confidence. Here the coach comes to him and says, hey, that we need you. And to build his fire within him. Our tendency is to have, hey, I want a miraculous recovery and for him to play this next playoff game. But there's a bigger picture. And when we just believe and have faith in God, that there's a bigger picture for us that is for our well-being, for us to have our dreams come true. So I can't wait, Mike, in a couple of years or whatever, where your son, is named whatever, the hero of lacrosse or whatever it may be. Because again, we don't understand those plans, and it's tough for us to understand the broader picture. But when we just put our faith into this is going to play out okay, that then it will play out okay. And I just love that. So it's this contrast, and I'll read this what this poster says, and again, it's this isn't about Michael Jordan. It's about his character. It's about, and I would encourage all of you to see his Hall of Fame speech, because here this guy is a billionaire, most famous athlete, blah blah blah, but he's also with heart. He's crying, like when he walks up initially to give this up, he's crying out of joy, crying out of appreciation. And this is like us leading with heart and just being open to it. But here's what this poster says, and this is by Michael Jordan. I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. It's kind of like maybe you saying, I've been told 9,000 times no in my career, okay, where somebody, isn't saying yes to whatever you're offering them. He goes on, I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. Wow. And here's this guy is all famous and known for how good he is. And what is he talking about? On the contrast, on the things that help build the fire for him to help him be the best of the best. And then he goes on, I failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Nuggets. Again, I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. This is the greatest basketball player of all time. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times they trusted me, and I failed over and over again. And this is why I succeed. And this is how we have our dreams come true. So for all of you, whatever's happening right now in your life that you don't like, that you don't want, if you'll put the faith in God and know that this actually was put in your path in order to help you realize your dreams and to have your dreams come true, if you look at it as it's a log to burn and this fire to increase your desire. It's all about these feelings. Remember, for us to create anything, our thought, and this has been proven by science, our thought to create anything in our lives, to create anything in this world, it starts with number one, our thought. That thought creates energy, which is our emotions, which is this burning desire. And then that burning desire, according to the scientists, proven by the scientists, then creates matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, and this is why thoughts become things. Now, the scientists forgot God, though. So it actually is our thought creates our emotions, and our emotions is a signal that goes to step 3, and that goes to God. So we communicate to God through our emotions because it's the perfect communication of what you're really feeling. That's what God, that becomes your prayer. And in step 3, God instantly receives your prayer and answers your prayer. And that's why all of our prayers are being answered. We're just not turned toward what we want. Instead, we're too focused. We're pouring water on our fire when a no comes, or when our arm hurts, or when we get into an argument, or when we get mad, or when we get upset. Instead of burning the fire of what we want, we go into our pity party and pour water on our fire. And we don't have the fire. We're not turned towards what we want. And that's where we go to step 4, that after God has the answer for us, that we allow it. We believe that what we have prayed for, God will give us. The Father will do the work, and we expect it. And then step 5 is we receive it. Ask and you shall receive. And now we know what's in the middle of all that to make it happen. And what's in the middle of all that is God, which consists of all kinds of, all this loving energy, our archangels, all those that have walked before us. We're made in the image and likeness of God, or God in action, if you will. So it's just beautiful. So Mike, thank you so much for sharing that. And, you know, Mike has really, he now just channels, and he understands how this is, that you can just ask for it and for other people. And so he's had miraculous things. And again, you don't want to ask, like, can I bring up, Mike, your daughter on the interview?
Yeah, you can. In fact, I don't want to ruin what you're going to say, but I did get a call from her an hour ago, and she got it. So,
Oh my God. Oh my
yeah.
God. So here's what happened with this is is Mike decides, hey, I'm not going to be. He initially came to me and said, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. My daughter doesn't have a job interview. She doesn't have any opportunities for what she wants to do. And, it's just terrible. And I said, okay, well, now you're telling me everything what you don't want. And so stop talking about what you don't want. And so we started talking then about what he wanted. Hey, I want, my daughter to have these opportunities to, have our interviews. And within, I don't know what, a couple of weeks, Mike, that she had an interview then?
Yeah, it was probably within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was it came out of nowhere.
Out of the blue from God.
Out of the blue. Yeah. An opening, supposedly someone rejected it or whatever. So they had one opening, they got to fill it immediately. And it led to a in-person interview on Friday with 3 or 4 other people. And she found out today that they offered it to her.
Yeah.
Oh, God, thank you, Lord.
Yeah. And it really kind of in the middle of all that on Friday, when Mike shares this with me, he's saying like, and I want her to get this job. And I said, no. Let's just have her enjoy this experience. Let's have her have a great time. Let's have her shine like a star. Let's have them get together well. We're so used to trying to tell God what to do on the outcome. Maybe this is a job, maybe not, but to enjoy the experience. And so on Friday night, then she got back to you and said, wow, I just had a great experience, right? It was just a great experience.
Yeah, honestly, everything she was telling me sounded like she was on our phone call, because she was saying exact same things that I was hoping to be able to go over with her later on. And that is, this is kind of funny how she phrased it. She said, in the interview process, we're all together and I feel like I was the best human that was there. And
Wow.
I just thought, well, that's a funny way to phrase it, but she was the most outgoing, had the most personality, the most talkative.
Yeah.
The others were much more reserved and quiet. So she got to show who she is, and she was enjoying it. She was having fun with the interview. She let go of any kind of nerves, and I think she was just very relaxed, because she kind of saw this as not just a possibility of a job, but a good opportunity to help build on future interviews down the road.
Yeah.
And we'll all go through many different interviews, right? When we're just starting our career. So she saw all of that, and she just had a really good experience.
Yeah. And that's what Mike prayed for her to have. Next thing you know, she's talking about what we actually were praying about for her to be able to experience. And then God decided that she's going to get the job. And so this was the right one for her. And then he finds out today. And really, this is Mike doing this. This is Mike sending what he wants for other people, and we can send it for ourselves and for other people. And this is why prayer works. And prayer works whether people know we're praying for them or not. And so what you don't want to do is be mad at somebody. Because when you're mad and say, oh, I don't like that person, that's going right back at you, and it's saying you don't like you. And then who becomes your worst enemy? You. who for most people, who badmouths you more than anybody else? And it's us. So we're going to stop doing that. So beautiful, Mike, and just way to be able to channel, if you will, pray, if you will, and have your prayers answered because you're thinking about what you want. And again, you keep it general enough. Don't do the outcomes. Just that we want everything to be well and everything to get better, and then it will, and then it will. So, who has other good news to share with us today? Oh, come on. Just tell us one wanted thing that happened to you in the last week.
Hey, Dr. Hank, it's Liberty. How are you doing?
That'd be great.
We're doing Carry the Load in Dallas for Memorial Day, just letting everyone know out there that's, in the neighborhood. But it has been a blessing to see when you're talking about rehabilitation, recovery, people coming back from Afghanistan, and how amazing that these people are. They're in their full BDUs, carrying their backpacks, and everyone's been walking miles. And you watch them pass you, and you just want to keep going. It's so inspiring. So,
Wow.
just talking about rehab alone, when you see someone without their legs pushing along, it really does inspire you. So,
So tell us a little about
just
this.
wanted to share.
Yeah, beautiful. Carry the Load, is it for the disabled people? Is it for veterans? Tell us a little bit more about that. I love the flag in the background, by the
Oh, you
way.
like it? I
Yeah, I
have to
have
live
no
up to my
idea.
name.
Yeah,
So
right.
it
Yeah, I
it's
love that.
about fallen heroes for Memorial Day, and their families. This helps families with their fallen heroes, men and women that have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice for their country, and it helps their families, and also helps through what you can't always get through the VA immediately. Helps people get through rehab. Also helps carry the load for people struggling with addictions, things like that need help outside of the normal VA, because a lot of people that are veterans like yourself know veterans don't want to talk to a psychiatrist, right? So they need outside help every once in a while. So it does a lot. And you
Yeah.
can go to the website, Carry the Load, and it shows you who's involved. There's a lot of Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard,
Awesome.
Air Force, everyone's involved. So,
That's
and
awesome.
also wanted to welcome my friend Mary Fleming to the meeting today. So she's a blessing, and it's so amazing. You all just talked about a job interview. She's looking for a job, so let's put all our prayers out there for her.
Yeah, absolutely. The perfect job is there for her. This world has everything we want and everything we don't want. And if we just turn towards what we want. So, Mary, don't think about, whatever, no interviews or turn down or whatever. Mike showed us the way there on that. He talked about how he wanted it to be and didn't pay attention to how it was in the past. And so welcome to you, Mary, and we love having you. And again, we're on every week other than next week because it's Memorial Day. And then I see in the chat, Helene says, yeah, never coincidence. Absolutely. Everything is actually playing out just perfectly for us and for us to realize that and to know that we can have it the way that we want it. And then look for out of the blue, this idea about just out of the blue opportunities, out of the blue people coming to you to help you be, do, and have everything you want. Great. Other miracles happening? What other miracles are going on?
I'll share. Hey,
Hey.
Dr. Hank. Hi. I know I always talk about baby Jira, but I was told by the doctor that she's very happy. She's a happy baby. She's nonstop moving, like it's insane. Like at night, like not really sleeping too much. She's having a party in there, guys. She's celebrating all of you. She loves being here with everybody, and it's just been awesome, and everything's just going smoothly. Like we're moving to our dream home, we're doing it this week. My husband's in the background, like I hear things happening. Hope he's okay, because didn't sound so good. Might have to check on him. But we have our moving company next weekend, and it's just everything's flowing, and I'm able to do it alongside with helping others achieve their dreams and in their health, and doing that with business, and just continue to share the good news along the way. And and it's just been just really wonderful. For that, I did have a thing that you helped me with this morning that I'll share. That's cool. But so I wrote a book with Dr. Hank, on my journey of kind of the valley that I've been through. And I hopefully this will help others too, just because, when you write something or something that's so powerful for you, other names and family is going to be involved and kind of things. And my sister sent me this message this morning. She's waiting for my book to come. And she's like, you better not mention me, basically, like there'll be problems. Like I didn't give you permission and all that. And my heart like stopped. I was like, oh my God, I did mention her, in it, nothing crazy, like good things. We both had our struggles and I may have touched upon that, but I had no idea how to answer it. So I screenshot it and sent it to Dr. Hank this morning because I was like, oh my God, like, what do I tell her? Like, and then of course, Dr. Hank, as an angel to all of us, gave me a perfect answer, and I haven't heard back from her. But it's just about, we don't need permission from anybody. That was the main thing. Like, we can share ourselves. Mine is about God and my story and how I overcame this to help others, who've been through the battle, whether it's addiction or whatever it may be. And so it just, there's just a line, I guess, like how much do you share and how much do you, even if I post about it on like social media, like what, I'm like, oh my God, what are people going to think, and then you want to take it down for a second. So it's just coming from all different angles. And I just feel like you helped me so much this morning with that. Hanksters. And and also too, Mike, it was amazing hearing you. Like, gosh, I mean, I've been listening to you on Mondays the last few weeks, and things are just getting better and better. And oh boy, I love it. I love hearing it. And I'm just so happy to see April on the call. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
I know, that's so
beginning, and it just makes my heart so happy. To actually see you face to face. We've been talking for quite some time now, like almost 9 months and or something.
I know, I'm a slow mover sometimes.
She moved. And now we're, doing amazing things together. We're just getting started. So, and Helen too, it's just awesome to see her here. She'll be coming my way to help me with baby Jaira when baby is here. So she's also one of my bestest friends. So thank you. And everybody else, great. Yeah. But just wanted to give you guys a shout out because
we're expecting pictures, Deborah. You better share.
Oh, I got you. It'll be fun. Hopefully. I don't know how good I'm gonna look, but I'm packing my hospital bag and I'm like, do I really need this? Like last time I overpacked, I brought like 2 suitcases. Like, where was I going? I don't know. It was a little crazy. But anyways,
you're the happiest pregnant lady I have ever seen in my life. Okay.
Well, thank you. Happy mom, happy baby, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why Jaira's happy, because mom's happy, and that's the influence that we have on everybody, whether we're carrying them or we're with them or thinking about them, is whatever we share with others or think about others, that's a ripple effect that goes to them and to the world. And, really the counsel this morning and what the angel shared with us is that it don't be a people pleaser. It doesn't matter what anybody is thinking. What matters is how you're feeling. And what matters thus is God's opinion. And what God's opinion is, whether or not you're feeling good or not, based on whatever you're thinking about. And so if you don't feel good about something like, oh, my sister is going to be upset about that God's telling you, you're not thinking about this the right way. The fact is that this book is to uplift others, and that the sister is part of that in uplifting others, because we've all been through the valley of death in one way or another. And we all have a committee. And it's which is the only thing that's working against us. And what we can do is we can quiet that. In fact, we can bless that and bless the sister, bless the other people's opinion, bless the committee, because they're all there to light that fire. We're going to light our fire. We're not going to pour water on and be in our pity party. We're going to rise up and we're going to share what we feel best. That is God telling us, go, my child, and share the good news, be the light of the world and lead with heart. So that's just beautiful, Deborah. And yeah, all of that is just about being a people pleaser, and some people don't like this. So we're not here to have everybody like us. In fact, it's planned this way that we have contrast with other people. So we're never going to have all the people love us. All we need is God to love us, and then we'll attract the people that will love us and help us to our desires. So it's all beautiful, because if you start chasing that tail around of what other people's opinion are, they're going to be changing their opinion. And then what do? And you end up pleasing them. And you don't please God if you don't please. Beautiful, beautiful. So with that, why don't we go to the kingdom within us? And all of us have a kingdom within us, and we can tap into that. And all of us have a flame within us, a fire within us. And in varying levels, that flame is. And when we really see on how beautiful life is, and how all these things that have happened to us, and people and situations in the past, how they've all been a blessing that got us to this moment right now. This is a divine moment right now. And so let's go to the kingdom within us and build that fire of desire, so that we and the world can have it better, can have it the way that we want it. And so I invite you, if you're driving your car, don't do this. If you're not driving, I invite you to close your eyes. And let's just close our eyes now. Let's get very relaxed. The meek inherit the earth, and that means those that are relaxed, are at ease, are building their fire within of desire, and are turning towards all the things that they want now. So as we close our eyes, breathe in deeply. And then just breathe out and say to yourself, relax. Become very relaxed as we relax and become in a state of allowing that we can then open the doors to all that we desire. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out and say to yourself at ease. Just start from the top of your head, open up the crown of your head. Allow the loving energy, the white love of God to just liquidly flow in to your mind, into your senses, down your body, chest, stomach, your beautiful, amazing body, down your arms, just filling yourself with love. Breathe in and breathe out. As that love of God is flowing down your legs, past your knees, your calves, your ankles, out your feet, and just imagine that your feet are growing roots now into beautiful Mother Earth. You're just soaking up that beautiful magnetic energy from Mother Earth and fill the love of God in your thoughts and your feeling, and now throughout your whole body. And I want you to start going down deeper and deeper and deeper. And as you go down into the kingdom within you, that you are now at one with God, and the room just starts to lighten up then. And you're walking down the corridor of joy with the beautiful doors of abundance opening up for you. Better health, better thoughts, better feelings, more business, money, happiness, having, doing, being what you desire. And at the end of this beautiful, beautiful corridor, that's all lit up, and you just feel so good. You can feel God's love flowing into every thought, every feeling, every pore of your body. Feeling at one with God. And at the end of the corridor, it's this beautiful canvas. And this canvas, it's a white canvas. And it's a canvas where you can paint your future right now on it. And the first thing, you have all these different paints and colors at your feet, all these different brushes there. And just go up, because now all of you are the artists of your life. All of you are the most famous, most recognized artists ever, because you're painting now on your canvas of life. And the first thing is to take that paintbrush and go to the red paint, and now paint a beautiful large heart on your canvas and fill it in, this red beautiful heart. This is your heart. This is who you are, the essence of who you are. This is beautiful heart. You just feel the love of this heart, and this heart now on your canvas begins to beat. And it's just beating this love vibration to you, your thoughts and your feeling throughout your body, pumping this beautiful, healthy blood throughout your body that creates this perfect health for you, perfect happiness for you now, perfect joy for you now. You love this. You love you. You love God as your heart is beating on your canvas. And now go to the yellow paint. Get that paintbrush and begin building a fire, a beautiful, strong fire of desires of your dreams. Just build that glowing fire to see the yellow going up, that desire building more and more. And out of that desire, out of those flames, start to paint now the things that you desire. Paint the laughter, paint the smiles, paint the relationships, the people that you just fall more and more in love with. Paint a magnet there where you just magnetize people and circumstances and events to build your income, to build your wealth, build your prosperity, build the health of you and the world. Oh, it just feels so good. You love being the artist of artists now, and you just start freely painting on your canvas of life that is now coming true for you. These dreams and desires were created out of this life that you have, and God wants you to have these now. Build your fire. take the laws and throw them on there, the past, whatever things you didn't like, that whatever things you got upset about, and throw that on the fire and into what you do want. You want harmony and you want peace, love, and joy. You can paint these words on your canvas that turn into your experience now. You just love it. You feel so good. You draw good feelings, and good feelings are there. You draw angels, and the angels now come floating into your mind, your feelings, and your consciousness in every cell of your body. You feel so awake, so happy, so free. Breathe in. And breathe out. And step back and look at your magnificent canvas. Look at your beautiful heart beating. Look at your desires and that flame now just building more and more, that's creating more of your dreams coming true. You are a magnet now to all the people, to all the thoughts, to all the feelings, to all the circumstances. People come out of the blue, opportunities come out of the blue. You just feel so good. You recognize now that you're the co-creator with God, that you created the way that you want it. You do the asking. And your thoughts are so pure now. Your thoughts are just about what you desire. You desire a long and a happy and a healthy and a wealthy life. And go ahead and draw that. A happy, healthy life. You're looking younger, you're feeling younger. You're looking good. You're feeling great. You have the world, you're on top of the world. You now simply just observe life and see it flow and take from it all the wanted that builds your beautiful future now. Draw the stream now, beautiful stream on your canvas. This is a stream of life. And draw a beautiful boat that you're on and going downstream. Rowing your boat ever so gently. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but your dream. You dream it, you ask for it, it's yours. The Father does the work now, and you allow God to do the work and to bring about all the thoughts, all the feelings, to bring about that flame, to bring about those logs that build that flame of desire within you. You feel so in love. So happy, so excited about this amazing life now. You get it. You get that you can ask for it and have it. And ask for it just the way that you want it. Oh, and deeper, more meaningful relationships now flow to you. More business, more income, more easy money. More of an easier life. You're just so kind now, so loving, so compassionate. You're just pure love, unconditional love, loving everyone and everything, to include you. And now call forth your inner child, that inner child within each one of us, and paint that inner child on your beautiful canvas. Such a happy child, so happy and playful. And you have become now happy and carefree and playful. You've lightened up. You're as light as a feather. You're flying with the angels now. Feeling so good, knowing that you'd simply call for it and have it. Give thanks for this. And just love that you have a canvas that you can paint on. This is your life. You're the co-creator with God of your life. You get to have it all now. The peace is here now. The healing is here and done. You are healed. You're happy. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out and just feel the light around you and the light, love around you. Just swirl in through heaven. You walk at one with God, so happy. Just skipping along your path, going downstream, just picking the low-hanging fruit now. Know that all is well. All is well with you. All is well with the world. For when you're okay within the kingdom, within you, then the world will be okay. This is an inside job, and you have now gone to the kingdom within you. You have found peace. You have found love. You have found happiness. Breathe in and breathe out. And step back again and look at that beautiful canvas. All the beautiful dreams, the clouds, the angels, all the love. This is now your life that you now live. As you lead with heart. Feel the brightness, you feel the light. Your mind is just illumined now. Your heart is so open, so loved. And know you can come back here anytime. You are never alone. God is always with you. In our spiritual family, we're with each other. And we now send our love to each other. We send our love out to the world. For those of us who are connected, we're more powerful than millions of people that are not connected. That we now send love, and we have a ripple effect that turns into ocean wave effect on all the world in our lives. And as we thrive, so everyone around us now thrives. Give such great thanks for this. As we blow a kiss to our canvas, to the kingdom within, and we now turn around with all of our desires as we walk down the corridor of joy, and more doors are opening up as we now float back down into our chairs. On the count from 3 to 1, and at 1 we'll open up our eyes and welcome this beautiful, beautiful life filled with our dreams and desires now. and three, and yes, there is the three, our mind, body, and spirit. And that we come together now, those three with God. And two, it's God and us walking as one. And now we are at, and we open up our eyes and welcome this beautiful light to us. Well, so what did you experience there? Anybody want to share their experience? Did you feel good?
Yes, Dr. Hank.
Yes.
I felt very peaceful, and I was painting on the canvas
Yeah,
what I desire, what I want.
beautiful.
It felt great.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. And seeing again, scientists have proven that whatever we're thinking in our mind, so we're thinking about what we want in this canvas, that becomes even more real to us, and then it'll come to us. And the only thing preventing us from not having everything we want are the thoughts that oppose what we want, what I call resistant thoughts. And so we can have it all, and we can have it all. So beautiful. Thank you, Robin. Anybody else want to share? What was the desire that you had up there? Anybody want to share what a desire, one of your desires are?
More family time.
More family time. Beautiful, beautiful. And then you can be intentional about that. And then, yeah, I want more quality family time. And so, and we have ways to, there's a time management system like a 1 to 31 tracking sheet where you can actually, write down, hey, every day, because if you remind yourself every day about this in the Joy Shop, those of you doing the Joy Shop, every day you can say, yeah, I want more quality time with my family. I want to build deeper and more meaningful, loving relationships with my family and everyone. And you'll just be amazed at how all of a sudden it happens. And like every day I ask for divine moments, big happy surprises to come to me. And so today, all of a sudden this bird, I'm out on my porch and sun is coming up, and this bird sits on this little tree next to our porch and just starts singing away. The happiest carefree bird singing away. And it was just singing to my heart. My heart started to sing. And I'm going like, oh my God, that's what I asked for too, is for my heart to sing. Divine moments to come, big happy surprises. If we're just thinking about that, you'll be amazed at how God will deliver these things. I asked yesterday when we were driving to yoga that we would laugh. And all of a sudden, Jenny and I all of a sudden I found myself laughing. And it's like, this is just so cool. God will fill our lives with whatever we're asking for, whether we want it or not. And so we want to make sure that we're asking for what we want. And how do you know if you're on your path? How you feel. And so as long as you're feeling good, that's what you want. And God is delivering it for you. And you'll see the miracles will start happening. But we have to ask for miracles. We can't expect to get what we want when we're thinking about what we don't want. But we can expect what we want when we are thinking and asking for what we want. So beautiful, so beautiful. So we get to do a little singing And I know everybody loves the singing. You got to bring your inner child into this because your adult self says, oh, I don't have a very good voice or blah, blah, blah. You each have angelic voices. And so unmute, invite your inner child in where you're playful, youthful, having fun, and get ready to sing. We've invited our hearts in.
We've invited our hearts in.
And
Now it's time for our dreams to begin.
Now it's
time for
our
dreams to begin.
We are now leading with heart.
We are now
leading with
heart.
And this is how to live life smart.
this
This is
how to live
smart.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound
off
Master
our
Heart family.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off Master Heart family.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
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 Yeah, just let it loose, have fun, you enjoy, lighten up, stop taking stuff so serious, just be carefree, be that inner child, enjoy, and know that this week, in fact, the next 2 weeks, are going to be magical weeks for each one of you and all of us. And I love you with all my heart. Have a great one.
Thank you.